Today is pre-release day for Duskmourn, and we've got ourselves a collector booster box here that we're going to open up. I'm looking forward to receiving this. There's some pretty cool stuff in this set. So, admittedly, for this set, this isn't one that I have been the most excited about. I was much more excited about Bloomburrow. So for this one, this is the only product that I ordered. I figured it'd be fun to open up a collector booster. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get some cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I actually haven't even looked at in the set, but, you know, for every set nowadays, they have some pretty cool treatments and exciting things you can open in collector boosters, so maybe we'll find something interesting here. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna take the packs out of the box, and we'll set the box aside there. I think these ones, so I've looked at a couple openings, and I think these ones have the cool stuff in back, which is the way that I like opening packs, yeah. So we have the commons first. There's a couple of good uncommons, I believe. If I notice one, I'll point it out to you. Break down the door, coordinated thing. So these are what the lands look like, huh? They're pretty good. I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of. It reminds me a little bit of the Wilds of Eldraine lands, except for, like, it's not, you know, a forest kind of setting or whatever, but the style of it looks a little bit similar to me. Alright, let's see, we got a split up, destroy all tapped, or destroy all untapped creatures. That's for 3 mana. I mean, it's a 3 mana Wrath. I wonder, I feel like that one has potential, like 3 mana Wrath, that's gotta be pretty decent at least. Fear of sleep paralysis. I used to get that a lot, actually, sleep paralysis. I imagine if you don't know what sleep paralysis is and you get it, I bet it would be terrifying. I remember the first time I got that when I was a kid. It was pretty freaky, but then once you realize what it is, it's not quite as bad. Valgavoth's Onslaught. This one is very very easy to mispronounce. I see a lot of people pronounce it as Valvagoth, but you know, whatever works. Actually, I think this card seems pretty decent. XX green, manifest dread X times, then put X/1/1 counters on those. So, say X is 2, so it would cost 5 mana. You manifest dread twice, and put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. So you get 2 4/4s for 5 mana, which is, that's good. You know, 8 power and toughness. You can even flip those up if they're creatures or something. But then you put 7 mana into this, you get 3 5/5, so 7 mana, 15 power and toughness. I think this card is pretty good. Toby, Beastie Befriender. Okay. And a Fear of Missing Out. We have FOMO. Interesting. That's a cool gremlin. Yeah, I like that one. I believe the Everything token is apparently pretty good. Oh, where'd I put my land? Right there. Alright, Fear of Lost Teeth. Alright. What does it do? When it dies, it does 1 damage to any target, you gain 1. That's pretty good for a common. Just a 1 mana 1/1, but usually you'll see this effect does 1 damage to any target, or 1 damage to target creature. But then this is that plus a little bit more, you also gain a life. Seems pretty decent. Piranha Fly. That's some kind of cool art. Yes, the rooms. Some of these cards have so many words on them. Are we still in uncommons? Okay, Swamp. We got ourselves a Swamp. An Unstoppable Slasher, so I guess this is supposed to be like the, you know, the slasher villain in like Jason movies or whatever, where they just keep coming back. That's basically what this does. Giggling Skitter Spike. Alright, that's it's kind of creepy. Twitching Doll. Yeah, along the same lines. I think that's the buy box promo. No, this was our commander card. Dissection Tools and Nico Light of Hope. This is a different foiling. Oh, we have the Everywhere token right there. Cool. So this is what is this? What's the name of this foiling? Is this like double exposure is what it's called? It feels kind of different. It feels almost like touching a record. Like you know, music, record. Interesting. Because it's got like round ripples on it. Is this card good though? It's a mythic. When it enters, make 2 shard tokens. So shards are enchantments with 2 tap, sack it, scry 1, draw a card. So it's like a clue, but a little bit better. And you can pay 2, tap it. Exile target non-legendary creature you control. Shards you control become copies of it until the beginning of the next end step. Return it to the battlefield under its control at the beginning of the next end step. That has a potential. You can do some cool stuff with it. I'm sure there's like combo stuff you can do with it. Alright, we're gonna stop looking at that now. It's been long enough. That's probably gonna be like the coolest kit in the box, I imagine. I'm not sure. Like, that feels like it's gotta be pretty fancy. I mean, you can get Japanese cards in here. They're like the borderless anime kind of things. Maybe we'll get one of those. Interesting. Whoa. I think that... Wait. I've looked at this card before. When it enters, you can sacrifice another enchantment or creature. If you do, draw 2. When you sacrifice this, manifest dread. I think this has potential. It seems pretty strong. It's kind of like a build around, I think, though. Demonic Council, so that's like a demonic... It's very similar to Demonic Tutor, but like it needs a lot of setup, kind of. But this has potential, too. Winter, Cynical Opportunist. There's our commander card. Tyvar the Pummeler. Okay, so it's a borderless Tyvar. There's another mythic. And what was that? Silent Hall Creeper, another borderless card. Okay, that's got... Wait, 2 mana, 1/1, can't be blocked. Does combat damage player choose one that hasn't been chosen, put 2 counters on it, draw a card. Becomes a copy of another target creature you control. That seems pretty good, actually. And Enduring Curiosity. Okay. Something that's kind of cool with these ones, the I guess the Glimmers or whatever, these enchantments that they come back as not creatures when they die. That's kind of a combo with the Zur Eternal Schemer, I think is what he's called. The mythic Zur from Dominaria United. Because they can just kind of keep on coming back over and over again with him. We got another room here, a Glimmer Light. It's not a flashlight, it's a Glimmer Light. It's completely different. Seas from Slumber. I like this. Manifest Dread, Manifest Dread. It'd be funny if they didn't even put the reminder text there. Glimmer Burst, Stay Hidden. Unwanted Remake. That's one of the good uncommons, I believe. Just 1 mana, instant destroy a creature. They manifest Dread, but still. You know, you gotta pay attention to that when it's just 1 mana, instant destroy a creature. Mountain. A Leyline of the Void, reprinted yet again. Sadistic Shell Game. It's a commander card. Valgavoth's Lair. Hexproof. It's an enchantment land, which is cool. Just that alone feels like it's probably going to be decent in something at least. The Jolly Balloon Man. Okay then. Interesting. Oh, we got a borderless anime thing, I think. Yes, a Japanese one. I don't know what this card is or what it does, for I cannot read it. But it looks pretty cool. I gotta say, it's a cool looking card. It looks like either a Pokemon card or like a Dragon Ball Super card, like one of those kind of styles of ones. The you know, Japanese card games, they tend to have this kind of style, and yeah, I think it looks pretty cool here. A Primo token. Or is it Primo? Whatever. Alright, I wonder if that's a good hit too. It feels like it's gotta be decent. Got a shard that can go with our Nico. This looks a lot like a Temple of Epiphany. Or Temple of Enlightenment, or whatever, the blue-white one. Just the art. We have another one of those lands. Another one of those lands. Give us some more. No? Okay. It's kind of cool. Insect Skeleton. Cynical Loner. Here, okay, we have a swamp again. No forest yet. There's a Rip Spawn Hunter. Ursine Monstros. It's a bear! Let me see if this is going to go in Snug Stack. I might have to give this to him. 3/3 for 3. That's a good start. It's got Trample at the beginning of combat on your turn. Mill a card, then choose an opponent at random. This thing attacks that player at this combat if able. Until end of turn, it gets indestructible and +1/+1 for each card among card type among cards in your graveyard. Yeah, that's probably going to go in Snug's Ayula deck. That seems pretty decent. It's a low-cost bear. Enduring Tenacity. And we got something. We have a Roaring Furnace / Steaming Sauna. It almost looks like anime art also. It's kind of cool. And Winter Misanthropic Guide, okay. It's rare. Lots of stuff to take in with this set. I'm checking if the cards are rare or mythic, or what kind of art treatment are they, what kind of foiling. Feels like there's a lot going on. Oh yeah, the dual lands, the rare dual lands. We haven't seen any of those yet. Those are very good, I think. I think it's a really good cycle of rare dual lands. I expect those to see play in probably multiple formats. Harvey Dent. Oh, we got a forest finally. Meat Hook Massacre the second. Here's the sequel to the Meat Hook Massacre. It's probably pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of words on this, and Meat Hook was good, so they probably want to make this one good too. Or what if they make it like a little bit worse? Like, you know, horror sequels tend to usually be worse. Not always, but it's kind of a trend. Redress Fate. It has a Miracle. It's kind of cool. Return all artifact and enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. You can Miracle it for 4. Interesting. Then another Demonic Capsule. Alright. We've got something cool in the back there. We have the Mind Skinner. It's a 10/1 that can't be blocked. For source you control, deal damage to an opponent, prevent that damage, and each opponent mills that many cards. That's pretty cool. I like that. What is this thing behind, though? It's a rare. Okay. Restricted Office / Lecture Hall. Interesting. I like that beast also. We're only halfway through the box. I mean, lots of interesting stuff to look at so far. Still want to get some rare dual lands. What's this? Okay. Island. The Tale of Tamio. It's a rare saga. Glitch Interpreter. Unstoppable Slasher. Again. Different style this time. Flood Farm Verge. Okay, we got one. The red. Yeah, this. I think this cycle of dual lands is so good. The only thing is it doesn't have the land types, but like, it's basic to me. This is basically like the check lands or the buddy lands or whatever some people call them that have been around for so long. They've been reprinted a bunch of times. Where it's like, what's an example of one? Rootbound Crag, like those ones where they enter tapped unless you control, you know, say example a plains or an island. But this one, it always enters untapped. And it always at least taps for 1 color of mana. So, like, it's really good. Come back wrong, okay. Destroy. Oh, yeah, I think this is a really good removal spell. The only thing is it's a sorcery, so that might hold it back. Probably good for Commander. Cracked Skull, okay. A mountain. The Wandering Rescuer. Well, I know somebody who wants this card for he has a thing for the Wandering Emperor. So I'll probably have to hold on to that one. This is just, well, it's foil, I guess, but it's not, you know, the fancy style or anything. Still, though, Into the Pit. 3 mana, look into the top card of your library anytime. You can cast spells from the top of your library, sacking a a non-land permanent in addition to paying their other costs. That seems pretty strong. I feel like that's probably a pretty good card. Overlord of the Boiler Builders. I think that is this. Yeah. So what does this do? It's a 5/5 for 6 with impending 4. I don't remember what impending does. When it enters or attacks, it does 4 damage to any target. Is impending, you can cast it as an enchantment, and then you remove counters, and after the last one is removed, it becomes a creature. Is that, I want to say, maybe that's what impending does? I've read it before, I just don't remember. Alright, well, we got another one of those. Enduring Vitality, I think that card's really good. And an Overlord of the Mistmoors. Okay, that was a double mythic pack. It's a cool insect token. Or was that a triple mythic pack? That might have been a triple mythic pack. Let's play a game. Plains. Blazemire Verge, nice. Got another land there. I'll take those all day. They came from the pipes. When enters Manifest Dread twice, when a face-down creature you control enters, draw a card. It's probably alright if you're playing face-down stuff. Winter, whatever. Winter again. Screaming Nemesis. This card is really good. Yeah, I think this to me, this has potential to become the most expensive card in this set. Because I think it's going to see play in multiple formats, probably as a 4-of. It's very aggressively costed, mythic. I have high hopes for this card. Happy to get that one. Kaido, Bane of Nightmares. Man, so many mythics. Another mythic. Kaido's pretty cool. Some kind of alternate art version of it here. And a Glimmer / Spirit. There's still 3 packs to go. Holy crap. This has been an enjoyable box to open. So much interesting stuff to look at. Like, I've been going slower than usual, but just taking in all this stuff. Swamp. Is that a land? Please be a land. Nope. Oh wait, this is a land right here. What the heck? I'm looking at it. I was looking at the card right there, being like, please be a land. Okay. This is a commander deck mythic. Sure, I'll put it with the mythics. Chainsaw. Okay. This is, what is this? Dazzling Theater / Prop Room. And Marina Vendrill's Grimoire. It's one of these book cards. There's a few of these. Where it's like a character's book, basically like Venser's Journal, Tamio's, whatever, Tamio's Journal maybe. We have another one there. I feel like there's even more than that too. Grimoire of the Dead. It's kind of creepy. Get out! Is that a counterspell? Yes. Huh. Island. Cursed Recording. Phenomenon Investigators. At first I thought that said Phenomenal Investigators, and I'd be like, man, they're really good. Peer Past the Veil. A Roller Crusher Ride, a legendary enchantment mythic. Leyline of Resonance. That's the one that I made a video about where I said this card is going to be banned. I don't know which format it's going to be in, but I still think this card is going to be banned in some format. Like, there's just the potential to do so many broken things with that is, it's up there. I still expect that to be banned in some format. Okay, our last pack. That's not a mythic, by the way. It goes here. What is in our last pack? Attack in the box, okay. Forest. Valgavoth's Onslaught again. Regular version. Formless Genesis. Interesting. So a 3-mana Shapeshifter. So this can go in a lot of decks. This could go in Snug's deck as a bear. It's a changeling. Well, it's a kindred, so it's not actually a bear. It's a kindred sorcery. What does it do? Create an XX colorless shapeshifter token with changeling and death touch, where X is the number of lands in your card in your graveyard. It has retrace. Interesting. A Leyline of the Void again. Okay, we got another one of those. We have... Some of these borderless rooms look really cool. Just the art. And what's our last card? It is a mythic. So another roller pressure ride, okay. Well, I hope that's a good card, because we've got two of them now. And a Gremlin / Glamour. That feels like it was a really good box. Yeah, it's pretty early on. I mean, today's release day, but I am going to try and scan up some of these cards and kind of get an idea of what we got going on here, so I'll come back in a moment. Alright, we're back, and we've got all the cool stuff here laid out and scanned up. Just a side note is this time I used the Dragon Shield app to scan everything. I'd been wanting to try it. Previously, I'd used Delver Lens, but it seems like the Dragon Shield one is pretty good. It's very responsive and fast, so I might have more to say about that later. But for this stuff, though, it seems like it was a really good box. So as I said, it's very early on. Today is pre-release day, so values are kind of all over the place and changing. But currently, it's sitting at around $430 US, which would be, quite high for one collector box. But it's kind of too early for that to be an actual price. However, we got a lot of mythics in this box. There are, I think, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mythics in one collector box. I've opened quite a few collector boxes at this point, throughout my life, and that's very high for one box. So that's kind of cool to see. And also, only 2 of those were Commander deck cards, so 11 of them were just from the set proffer. So that seems quite good to me. And they were good mythics too. Even we got, apparently this is the chase style of card, as I suspected. This is probably the biggest hit in the box. This Nico here, it's not in focus, but this fancy foiling. But then also there's this thing, this Japanese anime borderless, whatever more descriptors there that I can say. That thing, Overlord of the Boiler Builders, Meat Hook Massacre is going to be good. So it feels like the mythics that we got were good mythics even at that. Apparently this is a good rare, Unstoppable Slasher. We'll see how that turns out, but right now anyway, that's one of the good ones. Also Leyline. As I've talked about this card before, but I think it's quite good. 3 of the rare dual lands, so that's a decent number. 3. Sometimes you get 0 in a box, which sucks, but 3 is feels pretty average. And then lots of other cool stuff too, so it seems pretty decent to me. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more of this set. As I said before, it's one that I haven't been as excited about in comparison to a lot of other sets. Like, I don't know, the theme is fine. It's not exactly my kind of thing, but seems like there's lots of good cards in here. And I'm going to the pre-release today, so I'm sure I'll have fun playing in that. If you went to the pre-release, let me know how that went for you. Anyway, though, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'd encourage everyone to come join my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the video description below. I mentioned the Dragon Shield app. In the video description, there is also my affiliate link for Dragon Shield, and I have a discount code you can use as well at the Dragon Shield website. But there is also a link to my store, the Snug and Dave store, where you can buy cool custom playmats and foil tokens, just like this. And also, I'd just like to take a moment to thank all the patrons that support me on Patreon. But otherwise, though, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.